Welcome to the Supreme Nerds Podcast. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and please subscribe. We could use the support. All right, fellas, let's talk about an article about the rumored plot of the Fantastic Four movie. Gecko, since you brought this to our attention, what do you think? Overall, and you think it's true?
About taking place in the 60s, right?
Correct.
It's weird. And I'm going to tell you why it's weird. Because, then would they have become the first superheroes
First
in the Marvel?
family. Marvel near the first superhero.
To be honest,
yeah.
I will allow it. And I'm going to tell you why I will allow it. Because that means that they will have a time jump. And we already seen stuff like this happen in the Fantastic Fours, in the comics and whatnot. So I feel like this will be perfect because then you could give us Val and
Ross.
And the kid.
You talking about Valeria and Franklin.
Yeah, exactly. Val and Franklin, you could give them to us. They'll probably be like, what, in their 12, 13, 14, around their teenage year.
Yeah.
And then you will have like a mature Fantastic Four that been through some shit already. And to be honest, it'll be good so it could establish them as you said, the first family. And remember, that's what they were in the comics, the first family. So I would really allow it, to be honest. I would love this.
Sleepy?
I just want Doom. I think that was evident a little bit earlier before we started. I mean, we're getting Kang, but he's tying us to the Avengers. It's rumored that he's tying us them to the Avengers so they get to know each other. What I want to know is your opinion.
You've already seen it. Multiverse of Madness. What did Doctor Strange say? Weren't you guys a hit in the 60s?
Yeah.
How did Reed Richards appear?
Exactly.
No, he doesn't know this. How did Reed Richards? There you go. Doom's time platform.
Exactly.
So what does that tell you? This is a great idea.
I think it's perfect.
You start them in the 60s, then you can, with Doom's time platform, you go back and forth.
That is genius.
Right. So I love this idea.
And what if they're actually living in the 60s and they just jump time and multiverses?
The rumor is that a version of Mr. Fantastic will appear in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Rumor is that it's that John Krasinski version.
Ooh.
So, and Invisible Woman and Val and Franklin do exist in that universe. So, yes, I want to see this. I want the Fantastic Four, if done correctly, in any form.
Me too.
Need another one of the last one we had.
So I love this idea. I love the theory. 60s is great. We saw what the director Matt Shankman did with WandaVision, showing the entire depth of television from the 50s all the way up to modern day.
Especially if you give it to us like on that how do you call that, colors?
Oh, the black and white and the color.
Yeah, like like how the shows looked at in the 60s.
Yeah, it went like this all the way to letter.
Exactly, so it'll be cool if we get glimpse of it, like like recordings. Let's say like they're like, oh, but where you guys been all this time? And it shows like a video, like how they did Ant-Man.
Yeah,
I think was it the first one?
Yeah. No, the second one when he went back in time and showed
how him and his wife were superheroes.
Yeah,
and that would be cool if they do something like that. But give it to us in that 60s, 70s type of vibe.
We know they were probably heroes in the 80s. We know Captain Marvel was late 90s, so they had to be heroes.
Before that, yeah.
True, someone had to save the world for him.
They didn't keep Red Guardian in jail for like 50 years.
No.
So eventually he was out there doing something, and we know Nick Fury's been around forever.
I honestly think, if done right, I honestly think it could work. 60s, it's that. Let's be honest. So they give you a new Fantastic Four. Basically, you'll get like this new suits and whatnot. this new tech and whatnot, you know. But in the 60s, it'll be weird, especially if you use like stuff like how Star Wars is doing with
Right.
the 70s
Yeah.
tech.
Everything to match.
It will be nice. Imagine their suit being like that dark blue, where
Right.
like stretchy or whatever, you
Yeah.
know, like poor fabric. And then
Right.
when they jump in time, it's like badass suits, you know.
Yeah, so like it has like they step out of their lab or their little area that they do jump time in, and it's all black and white the whole time.
Right.
Old technology, like you said, it's just
Or it's that 70s color where they only had 3 colors and it didn't blend quite correctly.
I'm down with that too, like
Yeah.
they did in WandaVision, right?
Right, yeah.
Yep.
Because they used the actual cameras from each time period in WandaVision.
That's genius. I didn't know that.
50s, yeah. As they got closer, they went digital for the last couple episodes.
Now, I don't mean the whole movie like that. I mean, like, if they give us flashback of explaining their story, they could do it like that.
No, I think what they're going to do is give us the origin story in the 60s.
That'll be badass.
And then they somehow, I think the post-credit is Kang trapping them in the multiverse.
Ooh, that'll be badass. Yeah, because they will be the one to defeat Kang.
Right. Or like, I see you as a threat. Or maybe it's Ramteta,
Ooh.
different version of Kang.
There's a lot of them.
Right.
You don't know what
Or
we're
maybe it's
forgetting.
the Centurion, a different version, Scarlet Centurion, different version of Kang. So I like where it's going. A lot of people don't. Why we got to go back to the 60s? Why not? There were superheroes then.
Every hit movie and show, I mean, in the last Wanda,
Vision, 50s, 60s, 70s,
Werewolf
80s,
by Night.
90s. Oh, that was great.
Oh,
I'm
Werewolf by
down
Night
for a
was
black and
great.
white TV
Yes.
show after what I've seen them pull off.
Right.
So, and they shown that they can do black and white and have very vibrant color at the same time.
Hey, and people didn't really like WandaVision the first couple episodes, but I thought the first couple episodes were great.
Right.
I was in the same boat until you finally pushed me, and
Right.
now we're here.
Mm-hmm.
No, because I remember watching the show and I was happy.
Yeah.
I was happy. I'll be honest. That's till this day. I don't know if any show could tap that for me. To me, that.
Later. That's a different podcast for a different time.
No. I'm just saying this show is to me it's beautiful.
I like the show, but She-Hulk was pretty good too.
All right. And on Deuces, nerds.